Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooke if you're new here, and if you're not new here you already know me. Today I'm going to be doing the end of year book tag. So this kind of fooled me because I was like, well, if it's an end of year book tag, shouldn't I be doing it at the end of the year? But apparently not. So I'm going to go ahead and answer the questions that are associated with this tag, and we're going to talk about some books. So the first question in this tag is, are there any books you started this year that you still need to finish? Yes. There are 3 books. Oh, that's a lie. There are 5 books that I want to finish this year. So I'm definitely taking this question a little bit out of context because there's 2 series that I started this year that I want to finish, which collectively consists of 4 books. So let me grab those. The first one is Kingdom of Ash. So I didn't start this book yet, but I started the Throne of Glass series this year, and this is the last book I have left in the series. So I want to finish this. I haven't started it yet. It's like 1,000 pages. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't even ask, okay? The next set of books is the Folk of the Air trilogy. So it's the Cruel Prince series. I don't ever call it the Folk of the Air. I do sometimes. I don't know. I don't know what to call it. So I read the Cruel Prince, but I'm gonna have to reread it because I read it like months and months ago, and then I never started The Wicked King. So these are some pretty small books, so I think I could complete all 3 of them by the end of the year. These 2 are very small, just over 300 pages each, I think. Actually, Queen of Nothing is so tiny, yeah. The Cruel Prince is the longest out of all of them, so it's around 360-ish, so I'm going to reread The Cruel Prince, which shouldn't take me that long because I've already read it, and then I'm going to start in on these 2. So I don't know if that's really a true answer to the question because I didn't not finish any of these, but I didn't finish the series. The one book I do have left that I didn't finish is Midnight Sun by Stephanie Meyer. So I got a little over halfway through it. This is it's not really large, but it's a larger book. So I got to page 347 out of 650-ish. So I have quite a ways to go in this one. This I started reading back in August. I don't know why I never managed to finish it. It was just hard to get into. I don't know. I did like Twilight when I read it as a teenager, but you know, I mean, it's a little bit different now. It's not that I didn't like the book. I actually really did like reading from Edward's perspective. I thought it was really interesting, and his self-loathing was just like the funniest thing to read. But I don't know, I think I was in like a bad reading place when I was trying to read this, and I'm kind of like out of that now, so I think it might be a little bit better. The next question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition to the end of the year? Fall is like over here. We don't really get that. I don't know what that even means. I'm just kidding. So I bought a few winter reads. I bought some holiday reads. So they have not arrived yet. They should be coming on Monday, but I need to post this video on Monday. So I'm gonna put them up here. So the first one is The Holidays, and this book is one of my favorite tropes. It's having to relive a day over and over again. So the main character, she goes to her parents' cabin, I believe, or something, or house in Utah to spend Christmas. And on the way home, I believe she gets into like a car accident, and then she wakes up on the plane again, going to her parents' place. So she has to relive the day over and over again. Obviously, there's some romance in there. There are 2 Christmas romance reads that I got. I heard good things about this one. The second one is 12 Dates of Christmas. So this book I'm really excited about as well. So it is, I believe it's a friends to lovers, and our main character is trying to find a date before Christmas, like a boyfriend, I guess. I think she signs up for a dating service, and apparently the dates just get more and more disastrous as they go. And I think she ends up falling for the best friend, so that's fun. I love that. I love me some friends to lovers. So those are my 2 autumnal books to transition into fall, but they're not, or sorry, to transition into the end of the year. They're not autumnal, they're holiday. Number 3, is there a new release you're still waiting for this year? So no, there isn't. There is a release coming out early 2021. If you know me at all, you'll guess what it is. It is A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas, so I am eagerly awaiting that one. But no, I don't really think there is anything that I'm still waiting for this year. I am waiting on some books that I ordered, however, so not new releases, but I just ordered a special edition of Throne of Glass and I am eagerly awaiting its arrival. Number 4 is 3 books that you want to read for the end of the year. Do I really have to just pick 3? Like, my TBR is so long. So aside from most of the ones that I just mentioned, so the 2 holiday books, I've also purchased another book, which I will put here because I'm still waiting on it. It is called The Midnight Library. It's by Matt Haig, and it is another one of my favorite things, a book about books. So there's a library that has, I believe it's like an infinite amount of books, and each book tells you how your life would be if you made a different decision. So there's a woman, I believe her name's Nora, and she goes into the library and she's reading the books. I don't really know much about that other than that. I know that it's a very short book. It's under 300 pages, so that is a little bit concerning to me because I'm scared I'm going to get into the story and then all of a sudden it's going to be over. But we'll see. I've heard good things about it, and it's a beautiful looking book. The next one, so we'll count that as number 1. The next one I want to read, I already told you guys, is Kingdom of Ash. It's 1,000 pages. I think that counts as like 2 or 3 books, to be quite honest, and then the holiday books that I just mentioned, obviously I want to read as well, and the Folk of the Air trilogy. I'm definitely not going to get through all of these before the end of the year. I definitely am going to read the holiday books because that's literally what I bought them for. I'm not even certain I'm going to get through Kingdom of Ash, so we'll see. I did just finish the first draft of my work in progress, so I will not be writing in December, so that should leave me lots of time for reading, but you never know. Number 5, is there a book that you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? Maybe. So I have really high hopes for the Midnight Library, and I think that it could become my favorite book of the year in kind of like a different capacity because I read so many good books this year. I mean, I read the entire Throne of Glass series, but the Midnight Library just seems like it's going to be so different and fun. And I mean, Kingdom of Ash could potentially become my favorite as well, but I can't really see it topping the rest of the books. Like, you know how the first couple books in a series, I don't know if this is just me, but I get attached, right? I get attached to like the original books that I fell in love with that made me fall in love with the series. So I don't think KOA is going to top any other Throne of Glass novels, but we'll see. Number 6. Have you already started making plans for the 2021 reading year? Yes, I have started making reading plans. So I am planning on reading 1 nonfiction book every month. So I have a collection of them over here. I have put my TBR cart together for the new year as well. I'm gonna bring it in here. So, oh, it's a little bit too short, okay. This beautiful creation is my TBR cart. So, we have a bunch of fiction books up here that I have on my TBR, and then we have a couple fiction books down here, and these here are my nonfiction books that I'm planning to read 1 a month of. So, yes, I have started making reading plans. Another way that I've started making reading plans is that I'm planning a Court of Thorns and Roses book club for January and part of February in anticipation of the release of A Court of Silver Flames. So every Sunday in January and the first half of February, we're going to be doing a little book club where we get together and talk about the books. So the first chat is going to be on January 1st, but it's just going to be the introduction. We're going to add people to the Discord group and get everybody talking. We're going to get some discussion questions going, and we're going to release all the dates of the kind of like deadlines to have the books read by. So I'm really, really excited about that. I love talking about ACOTAR. I love discussing it with people, and I'm so excited to get to share my thoughts and share your thoughts on the books. So that's something that's really, really exciting. And obviously planning on reading A Court of Silver Flames when it comes out. Plus, next November, which is literally like a year away, but I don't care, Crescent City #2, coming to theaters near you. No, I'm just kidding. But Crescent City #2 is coming, folks. I was hoping that there would be a page count released, which like doesn't really make any sense, but like this one was so thick. Like this is like 800 pages. But that's it for the end of your book tag questions. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something about me and my reading. If any of these books interest you, I hope that you get the chance to read them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below telling me what books you're wanting to finish before the end of the year. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see more videos like this on my channel every Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!